Mackenzie, you are an expert. Beatrice, you are an expert too. This is me graduating nursing school, and this was the beginning of my path to becoming an expert. And when I graduated nursing school, I worked in the emergency department. I worked in one of the busiest trauma centers in the San Francisco Bay Area. I saw gunshot wounds, I saw stabbings, I saw traumatic brain injury, I saw child abuse. I saw pretty much any kind of trauma the body can sustain in the time that I spent there. And I loved it, I really did. I loved being an ER nurse. But at some point I decided I wanted to do something different. And so I decided to look into and become a legal nurse consultant. I started reviewing medical records for attorneys, helping them understand the medical records. So one day, I'm sitting at home and there's a knock on the door. And there's a man at my door that I've never seen before. And so I open the door and he says, "Are you Tara Godoy?" Yes I am. "This is a subpoena for you to come to court and testify. We have a client that's been charged with crime, and we want you to come and talk about how you took care of him and the injuries he sustained." Took care of him when he was in the ER, my ER, he was my patient. I went, wow, this is new. Nurses rarely actually get called to court, and when they do, it's usually on some kind of nursing standard of care thing. So this was a criminal case, totally different than anything else that I had been doing before. So I'm talking to that investigator, and I said, well, I do this medical record review thing. Do you have any other cases? Because that sounds kind of cool. And he said, yeah, actually I do. And so I got that case. That was another attempted murder case. And I reviewed the records, and I talked to the attorney, and I explained everything to him. And then he thought I did such a great job that he referred me to another attorney, and another attorney, and another attorney. So now I'm getting all these criminal cases. And so eventually, I still had never testified at this point. So eventually I get a case, and the attorney says, "Tara, I need you to come to court to testify." And I went, no, I am not an expert. I cannot raise my hand in court and say I'm an expert on anything, tell that judge that I'm an expert. And she goes, "Tara, you have to do this. My client needs you to testify." She basically begged me to do it. So I go to court. And I walk in, and I am shaking. I am so nervous. And I walk up to the witness stand, and I raise my hand, and I say, I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And the judge and the attorney start having a conversation. The attorney starts asking me about my background, Tara, what's your degree? I have a degree in nursing. And, what kind of nursing did you do? And I start talking about the emergency department and all these traumatic patients that I took care of. And, a couple minutes later, the judge said, the attorney turns to the judge and says, "Your Honor, I would like to present Tara Godoy as an expert." And the judge goes, "Yep, you get to testify." Okay, so now I'm an expert. And what I learned from that process is being an expert is having some kind of skill or knowledge that you can share with other people. And I want you to take note that this definition does not say that you have to be right 100% of the time, that you have to know everything, or it definitely does not say that you have to know more than everybody else. So, how can you become an expert? One of the easiest things to do is stand up and teach, educate, because that's you going up there and teaching other people about your knowledge, and that makes you an expert. That's literally one of the things they ask you in court. Have you ever taught on this subject? So that's me, teaching a whole bunch of attorneys and investigators. But the challenge to you guys is don't wait to be asked. Step up, teach a class, take a new employee under your wing, show that you can be an expert. Who's ready to be an expert?